Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to 24K Movies, Reviews, TV shows, and gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, 'tis the season for dramatic disaster and world-ending peril. But we don't really have a lot of that this year, whether that be due to the writers and actors and producers and strike last year, or just because Hollywood sucks as of current and has been for a while now. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we bring you none other than a new Nick Cage movie. I know, Nick has been knocking things out of the park lately with his stride in movies. And this one is called Arcadian. Now, I know because that name just says so much that, it gives you everything about this movie just as the title. I'll give you a little flick. That's a little scene right there of him and his two twin sons. Yeah, not identical. So let's just jump right in. So let's sit back, relax with our favorite bag of snacks, and let's jump into this. I got somebody some Hershey Kisses snacks. I will not be partaking in them right now because I just don't feel good. But other than that, we gonna do what it do. So let's put the gloves on and let's review the latest Nick Cage film, Arcadian. Shall we? Okay. So the film basically starts with the breakdown of the world. I'm not going to take you into all the breakdown of the world, but basically it starts off with whatever was happening already happened, and we just see Nicolas Cage trying to survive going through cities, and it's actually pretty bad for him, and I get it. We're not told what kind of apocalyptic event this is, aliens, weather event, government. We're not told, so we have no idea. And it is quite a while until we figure out what the hell is going on. So let's just do the good, the bad, and the ugly. First of all, the good is I do like that it was something I had never seen before. I do like that the creature design, the idea was something I had never seen before. That to me was refreshing because I'm tired of seeing the same old things over and over and over and over and done again. So I give you credit on that. Hats off to you guys on that. That was an inspired choice, and that was pretty awesome. There were some scenes with these creepy, I will say that really creeped me out. I didn't expect to be creeped out in this movie. Not too many Shudder movies really freaked me out. There were some creepy moments in here. Let me see if I can show you one. This is one of the scenes I was talking about. He's asleep in the chair, and there's something that sticks its arm through the door. This is before we even know what the hell is going on and what these things are. And as you see, there's this long bladed finger that just comes out of nowhere that just keeps anchoring closer and closer to his face. And it's just friggin' creepy, man. Friggin' creepy. So yeah, like I said, pretty freaking creepy. It came out of nowhere. I can give this movie a bunch of different pluses because every time I thought I knew where we were going, they kind of twisted it and I couldn't guess. And I was like, oh, I kind of thought that's where we were going, but that's clearly not where we're going. And that was pleasantly surprising. Okay, so that's the good, because there were a bunch of disturbing scenes where I'm just like, this is genius. I mean, it's been a while since I've actually seen something genuinely creepy and freaky that came out of nowhere. And there's no explanation of why. There's no explanation of why these things are doing this. There's no explanation of how they're doing this. I'll give you another key example. All right, check this out.
I better go and take a look.
Yeah, like I said, friggin' creepy. Absolutely friggin' creepy for no reason whatsoever. And that caught me by surprise because I was pleasantly surprised at that. And there were so many points where I was just like, oh, they're going to go the stupid route. They're going to go the stupid route. And I was pleasantly surprised they didn't. But having said that, that was the good. Now it's time for the bad. Oh my God. Stupidity. Oh, I keep saying this over and over and over again. Whenever it comes to apocalyptic movies, apocalyptic genre, end of the world, crisis events, I know there will be stupid people. I get it. Because there are stupid people, and stupid games, people play stupid games, they will win stupid prizes. I get it. I understand that. But if you've been in this world for 15 years, you've dealt with this threat, you know about this threat. It was my same problem with The Quiet Place, the same problem with pretty much anything in these apocalyptic movies. You know how to deal with this threat. So why are you doing stupid, lackadaisical, dumb things like it's just a normal day and you're going to Aunt Edna's to have peach tea on a Sunday? Like, come on. It's stupid. It's monumentally stupid. And that destroys me with the dumb actions and processes that people put forth in this. I get it. People will be dumb. I get it. But some of the decisions and some of the things that they push in these movies, I would like to believe that there are some people in this world that have a certain amount of common sense. And I would like to believe there are some people in this world that would not react this way, because some of these are not normal human reactions. I'm sorry, 100%. It's stupidity on the level of stupidity. Spoilers, because this is a spoiler video. So if you don't want to know, go somewhere else. You can turn. Sorry about that. You should have been warned. I'll give an example. Nicolas Cage and his family live in this house, and every night they board up, lock it down, basically I Am Legend style, to keep themselves safe from the night before from these crazy mole, alien, mask creatures. They kind of remind me of the mask, the voodoo mask from Crash Bandicoot, just dipped in blackness on top of mole werewolf skin with the body of the creatures from The Quarry. It's a creepy blend of creatures. It's a creepy creature, believe me, 100% creepy creature. But they lock their house down. They go through these necessary processes, and then across the way, where one of the sons goes running every day to work at the farm to help these people, they have glass windows, no shutters, no kind of security, no kind of lockdown procedures at all. Yet we're led to believe they haven't been touched. They haven't gone through this. But clearly, if they live in this world, then they know the threat. Yes, they've been through it. Yes, but clearly, lackadaisical, just no worries, making their way downtown, like just literally nothing, no fear, nothing, no fucks given. They're chilling at the cherry tree, drinking peach cheese and mint juleps. Everybody else is just living their life. Everything seems funny and great, which I'm going to say, to me, that was a big pause, because anytime you're in any kind of apocalyptic movie and there's a bunch of people living their best life, chilling, something ain't right there. Something ain't right there. If you come across that type of living in that type of town and that type of facility, you need to be somewhere else very fast, because something ain't right there. Something ain't right. So anyway, the son, who is booty blinded, because for some reason, that just means more to you than your own blood, your own family, which I understand in real life. Sometimes that does. I understand how a fine set of thighs and maybe a firm backside could incite a riot in a family household. After all, Helen of Troy, what was that entire war over? A woman. It's over a beautiful woman and love, and she was the king's piece at the time. She was the king's piece. But like I said, wars and civilizations have been toppled over love and over a beautiful woman. So Anyways, it comes down to the point where this dumbass just has to go see her, even though the dad, they were attacked and they need to rebuild their shelter in the house because these things are going to get in, clearly. He decides he wants to go for a run because he wants to go see his girlfriend and have Aunt Edna's peach tea, clearly, instead of helping the dad and the brother and reinforce the house. And this is what I mean when I say stupidity. You know what's in stake. It's not like these things are friggin' lawn gnomes that come to life when the sun goes down. Like, you do realize these creatures can shred you and kill you, but yet and still none of that matters. And I like I said, it's stupidity. Anyway, the one of the twin sons goes down and he gets the supplies he needs to get, and of course his vehicle he's been working on that has never worked doesn't start, because this is the other stupidity that I was talking about. You're going to take a vehicle you just got working miles and miles out of the way with no help, no backup, and no backup plan, in the hopes that you can get supplies and make it back home and not anticipate a problem. You just finished work on this engine. Anything can go wrong. Does the dad go along, Nicolas Cage? No, he trusts his son will be okay, because his son is with the other son. So halfway there, oh, I'm gonna go run and I'll meet you back here when the sun comes back. No, don't you get this? Like, we gonna die tonight if we don't get this shit together. But yet and still, this is stupidity I'm talking about. So he lets his twin brother, go running. I'll meet you back here in the sunset. And of course the car doesn't start because, why would it? Because we just got it working and nobody anticipated this. And it would be nice to have a dad or somebody else watching your back out here in the world where these crippin' mole creatures, they look like they're suffering from the crippin' virus from I Am Legend. They look like a cross between those creatures, moles, aliens, the creature from the Quarry, and like they got the voodoo mask face from like Crash Bandicoot, that Uber the guy face. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That Uber the guy face, that little face, that wooden face that be splitting around, that be giving you like special powers. Anyway, never mind. So anyway, as they get back, of course, the other brother was like, oh, I need to get back home. Yeah, the sun's coming down. There's no time to make preparations or fix up anything because, fuck all. And he slips and falls down a hole because we knew this was going to happen. And the other one couldn't get the car started, so we knew that was going to happen. So now here's Nicolas Cage at the house with the dog, wondering why his sons aren't home. Maybe you should have gone with them, number one. It is an apocalypse, They didn't go to the corner store to get a packet of Jingles and some Skittles. They went to get supplies in a place they probably never really gone before by themselves. And you trusted your teenage sons with this responsibility in the apocalypse. Rule number one, you go nowhere alone. Nowhere alone. Children, that goes doubly for. You should have went. Period. End of discussion. Okay. So anyway, now Nicolas Cage has to figure out what the hell's going on. And of course, one son comes rolling up. Hey, is my brother back? No, he's not back. I thought he was with you. No, he went running and never came back because, nobody could have seen that coming. All right, I want you to go in the house, lock the doors, and I'm going to go out and try to find him. Bad idea. Monumentally bad idea. So, of course, I'm not going to go verbatim through the whole story because I want you guys to see it for yourself and you can make your judgments. It's not a bad film. I'm just ambivalent because I have so many emotions. I have great feelings about it, and then I have, what the hell feelings? And then I have, this is amazing, and then I have, this is fucking stupid. And then I have, oh wow, this is, I haven't really seen nothing like this before. And then I have the damn horror tropes over and over and over again. And then I have the, oh man, this is actually pretty good. And then I got the same stupid mistakes that every movie makes. And then I have, I'm glad that Nicolas Cage is in this. And then I have, oh, so he getting that paycheck, he just phoning it in. So he been out for the last few scenes. All right, we coming down to the climax of the movie. Is Nicolas Cage gonna earn this check? Okay, Nicolas Cage is gonna earn this. No. No? So now I see why you guys chose Nicolas Cage, because you could have chose any other actor and the movie would have been exactly the same, but you wanted people to come for the Nick Cage factor. And there's no beating around the bush. I'm kind of pissed off at the ending. Really pissed off at the ending. There was some satisfaction, and then there was some like, that's what I'm saying. It seems like every time they give you a they get it, pull it back. You know what I'm saying? Every time they give you a yes, and they pull it back. Yes, pull it back. Yes, pull it back. Just let it go. Flow. Flow. Come on, Shudder. Flow. But that's neither here nor there. It's better than the latter of movies that I've seen in recent times, and I give him credit. I give him points for originality. I give him points for it feels very familiar. You feel like you've seen this movie before because the plot has been hashed a bunch of different times. Like I said, you see a little bit of I Am Legend in here. You see a little bit of Dark Was the Night, a little bit of Quiet Place, a little bit of Omega Man. There's a little bit of a lot of things in here, a little Bird Box. There's a lot of things in here that's going to feel very familiar to you, even though it doesn't go where those movies went. But then again, the frustrating part is it goes where those movies went, even though it doesn't go where those movies went. You'll get it if you watch it. Like I said, it's frustrating. But ambivalent as I am, what can I give Arcadian? And that's another thing. Do you live in Arcadia? Is this Arcadia Bay? Are we watching Life is Strange? Like, are you the Arcadian? Like, can you explain the name and the title? Like, are you guys from, like, Queen of the Damned? Are you known as an Arcadian? Are you from the Watcher Society who watch vampires? Like, why is it Arcadian? Why is the name Arcadian? Is that your last name? Like, I have questions. First of all, where did these creatures come from? Was it a asteroid landing? Was it an alien invasion? Was it a secret society conspiracy by the government that went wrong? Was it a testing? Like, I have questions, and yes, sometimes they don't need to be answered, but in this movie, absolutely. I feel as though I missed a movie before this, watching this movie, and I should not. I really should not. I feel like there should have been a movie before this movie to introduce us to this movie, and it's just not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's not. At times, it's actually downright entertaining. And at times it's downright frustrating. And at times it's downright nauseating. And at times it's downright like the creature that you saw that jumped on the woman and opened the blood thing and puked out on her, and you saw the little wah thing come out and land on her. Was it impregnating her? Was it eating her? Was it absorbing her body? We don't know. You don't tell us, and you never go there again. We never see it. Like the little with the mouth, that was creepy and freaky. Just like the long finger thing with the nail, that was just that's creepy and freaky. But then you end the movie. You don't give us. You got the gigantic critter ball, which, don't get me wrong, I caught that. I caught the critter ball. All the creatures together band together and make one gigantic ball to make them bigger and more of a menacing foe. Yeah, the critters did it first. I was there. Critters did it first. I saw it. You know it. We all know it. Just like there's a bunch of Tremors moments in here from the movie Tremors. Like I said, very familiar when you watch Arcadian, and it's a good watch. Like I said, it's better than a lot of the shit they put out there, but it's far from perfect. So what can I give Arcadian from here in the Game Dojo and 24K Films and Movies Reviews? Okay, so let's take some stuff off the table. We're going to take Copper off the table because it's nowhere near a low tier film for me. I enjoyed myself. Some scenes were quite surprisingly, like I said, the whole thought process of going something new and original, bravo. I love new inventive ingenuity because I'm so tired of seeing the same things over and over and over again. Say it so we can puke coat hangers. Yes. So, credit for that. I'm also going to take Platinum off the table. Sorry, I haven't earned that. Like I said, I feel though if this was a universe, if you had another movie that stepped me into this one should have been the sequel. Kind of like how The Quiet Place started the movie, and then The Quiet Place 2 went back to the beginning for like a few minutes, and those few minutes, the first 10 minutes of A Quiet Place 2 was the best part of A Quiet Place 2, which is why they're making A Quiet Place 3 movie, which takes place at the beginning of the events, because they realized that most people in the entire ecosystem of the Quiet Place movies found the first 10 minutes of part 2 the best of the entire movie franchise. Because them arriving and the breakdown of society is the most important and the most exciting part of how you started it. And you just glanced over it. This is the same thing. I think we needed to have more time, or at least some flashbacks showing what happened, how they got here, how the breakdown of society happened. Like, we needed it a little bit more flushed out for us. And I would have been able to give you happily a platinum rating if you had given us that. But since you haven't, I can't. So that leaves us with silver and gold. Now, let's take this in stages. Now, we're going to do a 4-point system. If you make 4 points, you get the gold. If you make less than 4 points, you get the silver. As simple as that. So category 1, fun. It's either going to be a point or nothing. So it's either 1 or 0. Fun. Was a fun time. That creatures, the things, the mole, the fingers. I have to give you credit. I have to give you credit in the fun department, because when it went there, it went there. And I was pretty cool with that. So I'll give you a 1. So we're up to 1. Next department, originality. Not going to beat around the bush. Going to give you a point for originality. That brings you up to 2. No need to go into it. Originality, you hit that one out of the park. Number 3, plot and story. The plot and the story is where we have a little bit of an issue. I feel as though making the movie an hour and a half, this is one of the movies that could have benefited with more time and more flushing out of the plot. I feel as though if they would have given it another half an hour, some flashbacks to what happened, where these things came from, what we're looking at, because, you know, it's just a when the shit hit the fan premise, and that's what we're left with. It kind of leaves us falling flat on a lot of things, because it leaves more questions than it solves, and that's where it falls flat. So I want to give it a point for plot structure, but I really can't, because it's really weak in there. There's also 3 different stories developing that need more time to fully come to fruition. There's a little love story developing. There's another farm going on. There's other areas that we don't know if they've been attacked. We don't know if these things burrow underground. We don't know if there's a billion of them, a trillion of them. We don't know if it's across the world. Is it one town? We're not given enough information to realize that. And that is unfortunate, because that takes away from the movie a lot. So I cannot give it a point in this category. So that's going to be a goose egg for this category. It's going to have to be. Story and plot line are important. So it's going to have to give a goose egg in that one. The last category, acting. The actors were believable in their parts. Whether some people were acting dumb, I believe they were dumb. Are acting smart, I believe they were smart, which there were only a few smart moments in here, and genuine fear, because there are moments, like, if you clearly lock yourselves in like I Am Legend because you fear these creatures and how strong they are, and you can clearly see what type of foes you're dealing with, the thought of, I'm going to go out in the night with a shotgun and my dog to bring my son back, and I get it, because it's your son, you're going to go and fight for your son. But then when you find him, the main idea is, oh, we're going to stay down here in a hole where these creatures possibly live, because you've already killed 1 and 2, and he's killed 2 or 3. So if you've met with 3 foes in this hole, we're going to decide to spend the night in this hole and wait until morning? No. But set within this genre and this story and this universe, these characters are doing what their characters, I guess, believe is in their best interest. So I'll give them a point for acting, because Nicolas Cage wasn't over the top. He was believable. I liked him, even though he phoned a lot of this in. He didn't think that I saw that he earned a paycheck for laying down for the latter part of this movie, because coincidentally he got burned, and when he got burned, he was out of scenes for the rest of the movie. I would say the entire climax of the movie, until they needed him to stand up and do a few shotgun blasts, and then he's out of there. And I'm like, on the cover, it shows you standing in the fire with you and your sons. I would like to see you and your sons taking on this threat together, you know. But that's not what we got. And I felt robbed. So, adding the points up, you can see we were at 3. So we're not at a 4. So we cannot give this a gold. So this will be a silver. So I feel as though we have judged this honestly, fairly. And the movie is, like I said, far from perfect, but it's better than the latter of movies we've seen recently. And I love the originality. I just wish this movie would have... There's a lot of movies that they make 2 hours or 2.5 hours that really don't deserve those run times. This is one of the movies that if they would have flushed out a little bit longer and gave it a little bit more of a plot, given us where these creatures came from, a little backstory, little flashbacks, something, because we're just left with nothing, and there's more questions than the movie leaves us with, and I don't honestly think they're looking for a sequel. This isn't Bird Box, this isn't I Am Legend, you know, this isn't A Quiet Place, and I honestly don't believe they want a sequel, though every movie is looking for a sequel. Though if there was a sequel or a prequel to this, I would definitely watch it. That's what I'm saying. It intrigued me enough for that. So we're going to give Arcadian, with Nicolas Cage, somewhat, we're going to give it a silver rating here at the Game Dojo. So thank you for joining me for another movie. I love disaster movies more than anything. End of the world movie genre is where I love, man. That is what I like. I'm a writer, so I write about the genre, and I love having my mind go here, there, and yonder when I see places, but stupidity is just one thing that just irks me to no end. And this movie, I like. It was better than A Quiet Place. Very, very much better than A Quiet Place. It went places A Quiet Place did not go, and I'm glad it did. But on the same token, like Quiet Place had a longer runtime, this could have benefited from a longer runtime. This movie could have benefited from a longer runtime and flashbacks and things. This is the movie that you want to give more exposition and expository little scenes here, there, and yonder. This is the movie you want to do that in. And I would love to see if there is a version of this with deleted scenes. I would love to see if there were deleted scenes. But anyway, silver. Arcadian is silver. Have you seen it? Will you see it? I think you should. So here at the Game Dojo, I'm going to say you should see it. It's a good time. Check your brain out. Sit back, relax with your favorite bag of snacks. Pop some popcorn. Maybe put some M&Ms in it. Little butter, you know what I'm saying? The real butter, not the fake kind, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy it. I mean, it's pretty good. I support Nick Cage. I just wish Nick Cage supports Nick Cage. I don't know if he took this as serious as he should have, but I did like him in it. It's better than that Pig movie I saw him in, which I think was just called Pig. I think it was just called Pig. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me. I will check you guys out later. From the Game Dojo, this is 24K Movies, Games, TV shows, and reviews saying this movie was a good watch. I'll check you out next time.